Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to week 13 of social psychology. So, this short video, I'm going to talk about the points so far and what's due this week, and then how we can finish up strong. Okay, so this week you have two ways to earn points. The first is by participating in D8, our eighth discussion. Just like all the previous discussions, the initial post will be due on Thursday, and then you're expected to reply to two or more classmates by Sunday. Now, keep in mind, if you want to maximize your points, you're going to make sure both your initial post and your reply to peers are substantive. That means you are adding something new and exciting, something informational, educational to the discussion. Okay? You're not just saying, good job, I like what you said. You're not just copying and pasting from the textbook. All right? So you have a couple of options. You can either watch some videos, find some articles, or answer some questions that come directly from the textbook. But all this will help you to understand the concepts, the theories, the information presented in this class. So discussion A, 20 points. The other thing that's due this week is to rate yourself and your group members. So you'll get 10 points for doing this. I want to be clear, this assignment is a solo assignment pertaining to the group project. So this is your chance to privately let me know what's going on behind the scenes. Now, if you click on the assignment, you'll see that there are instructions that let you know that you need to identify each person that's in your group and tell me what grade you think that person deserves based on your interactions with them. You can say, list each person in the group, including yourself, and say that, give everybody the same grade because you all contributed equally. Or you might say that this one particular person contributed a little bit more than the others, and so their grade should be bumped up. Or you might say this particular member contributed a little bit less, and so their score should be, lowered slightly. Whatever the case, this is your chance to be honest and candid, and it's for my eyes only. And you'll get 10 points for completing this Rate Your Group. It is due this week because next week you'll be actually turning in the group project. All right, the other thing that's going on this week is you're reading chapters 8 and 9. You might have read these chapters last week or you might not have gotten to them, but the discussion this week is based on chapter 8. And I've also included chapter 9 is to read because next week's discussion will be based on chapters 9 and 10. So if you get started reading it now, you'll be slightly ahead of the game. Okay, so far we're at 295 points. You might be wondering, well, how did we get to 295 points? Well, you took a syllabus quiz the very first week of the class and you got 10 points for doing that. You also completed the first test, which was worth 100 points. Right now, that test is not showing in the grade book, although you should have received feedback when you completed it at the midpoint of the semester. So that was 100 points. We also had a reflection that you completed that was worth 10 points. You had P1, which was worth 25 points. The group charter was worth 10 points. And you participated in 7 discussions. Each discussion was 20 points for a total of 140. Altogether, that equals 295 points. That means we have 305 points remaining in the semester. And those 305 points plus the 295 altogether equals 600 points. So a perfect score would have been 600 points. And if you score anywhere between 540 and 600 points, that's an A. If you score between 480 and 539, that's a B. Between 420 and 479 is a C. And 419 and 360 is a D. We hope no one scores less than 360, but if you did score 359 or below, then you did not pass this class and you would need to repeat this class. Now, I do want to give you a couple of reminders. There are a couple of extra credit assignments still coming up. Well, there's one more extra credit assignment coming up that's worth 10 points, and that will be available during week 16. There's also a makeup test 1. So if you missed test 1 or you didn't like the score you earned on test 1, you can take the makeup during week 16. And so that's 110 points that could change, improve your score. All right. In addition to that, I also want to note that the points that are remaining, I have this information right here on the slide. And this week you're earning up to 30 points. I went over that on in just a few minutes ago. But week 14, which is next week, you will have an opportunity to earn 120 points. 100 points for the group project and 20 points for our ninth discussion. In week 15, you'll have a chance to earn 30 points. Week 15 is a short week because it's Thanksgiving, so we really only have class for half of the week, but you'll have a final discussion worth 10 points, and then you'll have a reflection our second reflection, which is worth 10 points. Discussion worth 20, reflection worth 10. Altogether, that's 30 points. And then we have week 16, where we'll have our second paper. And it's the first paper, P1, was basically like narrowing down your topic and picking up some you picked out some references and you did an annotation. And so you could have earned up to 25 points. P2 is going to be very similar to that. You're not actually writing the paper. You're going to revisit that topic that you proposed in P1, and you're going to have a chance to complete an abstract, an outline, and have a reference list. So that's how you'll get 25 points for that. And then our final exam, which is test 2, is worth 100 points, and that will be during finals week. The last possible day to turn in the final exam will be December 7th, and so no finals will be accepted after that time. And technically, our last day of class is week 16, and then finals week is reserved specifically for the finals. So our goal is to have everything complete during week 16, and then all you'll be doing is waiting to complete the final exam in the finals during the finals week. So that's 305 points, and that's gonna pull us to the end of the semester. Okay, wanted to have a candid conversation. If you have questions, comments, compliments, or concerns, please get with me. I host office hours Monday through Thursday. You can email me at simsa@cf.edu. You can post a comment to the, questions thread in Canvas, because I check that once a day, Monday through Thursday. You could also drop a line in the comments to this YouTube video and I'll respond that way. But I am available. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am at the Ocala campus in the morning before my first class from 9 to 9:30 a.m. And then I go back into the office from 10:45 to 11:45 when my first class is over. And then I come back about 1:30 after lunch, and I'm there till 2. I have another class at 2, and then I'm available until from 3:15 to 3:45. So if you need to see me in person or talk to me on the phone, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days to get in touch with me. If you want to have a virtual conversation, then Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm usually on my computer off and on throughout the day, and I have virtual office hours. So you can email me or, like I said, post a question to the questions thread. Now, here are some things that I'm sure that some of you are wondering about. When I graded the P1, I noticed that some people did not look at the rubric. And I was like, wow, why would they do that? If you didn't look at the rubric, or if you didn't watch the video that I posted, you might not have realized that you were required to include references and annotations. Now, some people did this and they got a perfect score, but several people did not. They lost points on either not including the annotation or not including the references and the annotation. That's one way you might have lost points. So I would say make sure you look at a rubric when it's available, not just in this class, but in general. This is like someone giving you a clear idea of what's expected of you. Okay, so when you get to P2, you're going to take a look at that rubric, right? Okay, I wanted to say that. Number 2, if you're losing points on the discussion board, if your posts are not substantive, in other words, you're just saying good job, attaboy, or you're just including fluff, you're going to lose points, okay? Because I look over those discussions and I'm just like, I try to be as lenient as possible, but I just can't look the other way when some people are putting their heart and soul and really including the value of this class by sharing good information, and others are just like, you know, being weak links. So do the right thing on the discussion board. All right, so discussion board P2. Now, in terms of the test, I do want to remind you that test 1 and test 2 were both proctored via honor lock, which means you have to have a camera and a microphone and a valid ID. Okay, honor lock is a Google Chrome extension, and so you basically want to take the honor lock practice quiz prior to the final, because once the class is over, I literally have a very short time frame or window of submitting the final grade. So as of December 7th, I will not accept anything, and I will be calculating grades. I'm teaching 7 classes and I would like to not be on the naughty list. So make sure if you have concerns, you address them prior to the end of the semester. As you can see, I'm making this pretty lengthy video. I've updated our homepage in Canvas because I'm trying to get us ready for the end of the term. Now we're in the final stretch. Now's the time to dig deep and think about your goal. Why are you at CF? Why are you in college? What do you want to learn for the last 4 weeks of the class? Okay, in addition to learning theories and facts and concepts, you can also take some of this information and apply it to your everyday life. You can also take this information and use it in your personal life, right? And not if that doesn't float your boat, think about it. If you're trying to become a nurse, or you're trying to become a teacher or a physical therapist, this class is a required class, and so you want to go ahead and finish up strong and get that A or B so that you can move on with a higher GPA and with, you know, renewed zeal or interest in finishing your goals, your educational goals. Okay, so I think that's the main things I want to say. I appreciate you signing up for me. If you have friends that are interested in taking a psychology class, I do teach general psych, which is psych 2012, and I have space available in my face-to-face and online sections for the next semester starting in January. So tell them to sign up for Professor Sims. I also teach human growth and development, which is DEP 2004, and you could also encourage them to sign up for that class, or you can sign up for me if you've had a decent experience. Okay. I think that's pretty much all I want to say. Again, I'm here for you. I got you.